Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapper Chronicles. We're coming back at you with another Ratchet video. This one is labeled Par X, and Par X was a budget line, I guess, for Snap-on for a while. But before we jump into it, if you find these videos at all helpful or entertaining, could you please just hit the like button, or also could you hit the subscribe button? And yeah, thank you if you did. All right, right, like I said, this is a Par X. Here it has PAR-X, and the model is UR70, and this is USA. Like what I said previously, this is a product of Snap-on, and seems like from the information I found online, this was a line of tools that started in the 60s and made it all the way to the 80s. So maybe like 20 years at most run for these. I could be wrong, I don't know, just something I read online. But so these were I should say Snap-on, but the majority of them, from what I read, also were not date coded, even though you could find examples of these that were date coded. This one here, I could not find a date code on anywhere, so I guess this one conforms to the majority of these tools that were not date coded. The handles are kind of pretty utilitarian, just looks like a straight rod pretty much. There's a little rise or a little valley section here with a couple of rises on the sides for the model and nomenclature. But besides that, it's pretty straight. I think it might, let me see, I think it might flare just slightly here, but it's not too noticeable. It might have a little bit of flare where it flares out a little bit wider towards the end, but not a dramatic flare, very soft flare, if you want to call it that. And here's the end. This one's seems like it's, like I said, I can't really date these. They have a range and no date code, so I don't know. This could be 80s, but if I were to guess, I would say probably 70s, or maybe a little bit earlier. It just looks a bit old and used. Looks like somebody had some JB Weld on it there. And a little bit more JB Weld here, so looks like it was used pretty much and kicked around. From my experience, I could tell this is a Snap-on product, because Snap-on seemed to had a problem with chrome, I think. Here you see that, and you see like these, not really pitting, but like just chrome like flaking off in kind of big chunks. I've seen this in other Snap-on products, so not sure what to make of that. On their chroming process down here, you see some more, and if you look close over here, you can see a little bubbling there. See that chrome is about to come off too, like it did over here. But this is, also this is the 3/8 model, and you can see it's pretty coarse, and you can tell it's a batwing pawl by the switch moving back and forth, which a lot of these and Snap-on ratchets had the batwing pawl in them. And here they have two slotted screws holding the plate. These are the screws. They're a little rusty on the head, but pretty plain screws. Here's the other one. Same as that one. And here we just pull up on the anvil and we take the plate off. And the plate is a typical snap-on plate, fairly thick as plates go. They I haven't actually measured all plates on all ratchets, but I think Snap-on made probably the thickest plates of this, you know, style of ratchet there. And this one looks a little bit worn too on the inside, a little bit worn and pitted. And we take the gear off. This, I'm gonna say this is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's probably 20 teeth on this gear, so pretty coarse gear. Has the typical detent for snap-ons, and their style of peening the detent in looks kind of like a sun rays coming off of the peen there. Pretty typical for a snap-on. And on the other side they have a hole, which is pretty typical for some snap-ons also from an earlier period. And you can barely make out there's the spring inside of there, and looks like it was put to use a little. See that pitting there and stuff. Take a look at the teeth. The teeth don't look bad. There are maybe a couple that look like they seen better times. Maybe this one here might have had the top kind of turned over on it, but still most of them, or pretty much all of them, are usable. It's like maybe 1 or 2 of them got too much torque and maybe skipped. And here's the inside of the housing, and we see the pawl. The pawl is the usual older snap-on style pawl and switch. The switch is kind of a soft metal, pretty soft, and it goes through, the pin goes through the pawl and is peened on this side of the pawl. And there is the ball, the plunger, the ball underneath the pawl, and in here there's a spring. I'm not gonna take it apart all the way. You know, I don't want to break the peen, so I think I've done videos. If you want to see videos, I think I did break the peen on another one, on a snap-on. If you want to go to my playlist and go to snap-on and check out the videos there, if you want to see how to completely take this apart, I think I show a video. It's pretty simple. You just take a punch and punch this pin out, and it comes out pretty easy. This is pretty soft, like I said. It comes out pretty easily, and most times it's reusable because it's you can put the pin from the switch back in and repeen it, and it will have, a lot of times it'll have enough metal to where the peen will hold for a second time. The pawl is just 1 tooth per side. It's just that one wedge there. No multiple teeth on this. Not sure if this would need it, being that it's only 20 teeth altogether. So kind of a toss up there on whether they should have included more teeth, but being that this is only barely 20 teeth, maybe it'll work with just one tooth on the paw. And the inside looks a bit ragged. You can see the chrome and some pitting. The chrome, like I said, I don't know, kind of weird on these older snap-ons. Seems to kind of easily come off. So that's a look at that. And to put these together, these are pretty simple ratchets. Not many parts at all. You could put these together pretty simply, and I think you still might be able to find repair kits for these if you have one that's really messed up. I think Snap-on still makes repair kits for these old ratchets, and probably the same repair kit that you would use in probably a bunch of Snap-on ratchets from this period. You know, it's like a lot of the Snap-ons, the older ones like this that I open up, they're pretty identical. They look pretty much the same, the mechanisms, the gears, everything. So I'm sure that you'll find something. You might have to pay for it. I don't think Snap-on is in the habit of sending out free repair kits, but I guess if you have something like this or another Snap-on and you would need a repair kit, I think they are available. An honorable mention to SK, because I don't know if now, because they're under new management, they were bought up by a Chinese company, you know, same old, but just before the purchase, I remember like a couple years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, I did call up SK to see if they had a repair kit, or what was it? I needed a pawl, actually, and they just took down my address and just sent it to me, sent the whole repair kit to me for free. And you know, I thought that was pretty good. That was good customer service from SK. Don't know what SK is doing these days, but I just thought I'd mention them and the good service that they gave. Alright guys, that's all for this time. Alright, till next time. Bye.